See, watching Monday Night Raw in 2018 is like doing community service. You hate it. It's annoying. The guy doing the same shit every single fucking week. Whether it be picking up the trash in a fucking highway or in your local park or your local, neighborhood, what have you. Whether it be raking leaves, whether it be painting the street or the sidewalk, or the fuck it may be. But it's annoying. You want it to be over with already. And you gotta do it again the following week until you complete your probation, whatever the fuck it may be, or your community service time. And that's literally Monday Night Raw. That's what it's become. You want the 3 hours to be done with. You're watching it. You're hoping it's a good show. But it turns out to not be that at all. I'm sorry. Monday Night Raw last night for August 6, 2018 really shit the bed. Again. And again. And again. And a fucking again, motherflower. WWE last night had one job involving Ronda Rousey. And they fucking blew it. They fucking blew it. If you would have told me in 2018 that Alicia Fox was going to main event Monday Night Raw, I honestly would have not believed you. I honestly would have laughed in your face on the spot. Because the idea of Alicia Fox main eventing a Monday Night Raw, and I get it, yes, she went up against Ronda Rousey. It was Ronda Rousey's in-ring Raw debut, right? So they needed a body, right? They needed someone to fill the job, if you will. And the funny part about all this, right? Alicia Fox comes out into her main event, right? Her first main event on Monday Night Raw with not even her own fucking music. She accompanies Alexa Bliss. And there's just so much stuff that was bad about them. And I get it. People are going to say, oh, Ronda had a good showing. Ronda, looked dominant. Of course she did. But what did it really prove? Let's put it this way. Raw was so bad. Let me ask you all a question. Are you guys really excited for SummerSlam? Raw, again, when it comes to getting people, hyped up for SummerSlam, they're shit in the bed. SmackDown Live is like the saving grace. But is that even like a moral victory nowadays? I say this all the time in my NXT reviews. Especially when it's leading up to TakeOver, right? It's sad when NXT fucking T is doing a better job of getting fans more excited for TakeOver than the main roster is doing for the main roster pay-per-view of that same weekend. It's like the JV squad, right? Your local your JV squad in your high school, right? It's like the fucking JV basketball team, right? Are winning games every single day, every single week, winning fucking games. And they're winning games in just dominant fashion. Dominant fashion. They're literally just hitting it out of the park, if you will. Blowing it out of the water. While the varsity squad of the same school is shit in the bed. They'll win one game. They'll lose 3 games. They'll win 1 game. They'll lose 4 games. They don't even try. They don't even fucking try. But the people at the school and the people that go watch the game, they go for the JV squad, but they don't go to the varsity squad. And again, the varsity squad is supposed to be the important team. SummerSlam people, SummerSlam of the flowers. Aren't y'all excited? Keep this in mind. By the way, next week is the go home show. From Raw's portion, that is, before we get into SummerSlam. Good luck to any of you who bought a ticket to go to SummerSlam. I'm serious about that. Good luck on that. Seriously. Raw was live last night from Jacksonville, Florida. And again, it featured the Raw debut, the in-ring Raw debut of Ronda Rousey. They literally had Roman Reigns in like 6 segments on the show. And of course they would. Of course they would. Because again, Roman Reigns is in this match against Brock Lesnar. And we're supposed to, again, have some type of feeling towards Roman Reigns. While everyone else, think about it, is like taking a back seat. Everyone else is like, whatever. Keep this in mind. Again, I'm a Roman Reigns fan. I like Roman Reigns. Yes, there's flaws. There's complete fucking flaws. But even I, like I said this numerous times, I'm going to say it again. Even I at this point don't want to see it. Brock and Roman. I got some ideas of what I think might happen, actually. I'm going to get into that in this review, if you will. But if you're new to this channel, motherflower, hit that sub button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. And also, share this video through your entire social media. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet through all these shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Impact, pay-per-views, and all that fun stuff. In case you guys don't know, I will be in attendance at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 the weekend of SummerSlam weekend. That's Saturday. I will be at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. So if you, motherflower, are going to be at the Barclays Center for that event, let me know in the comment threads. And if you see me, if you fucking see me, feel free to say what's up or just say what up, motherflower, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So the show kicked off with Kurt Angle and Constable Baron Corbin in the ring, talking about how tonight's Raw is so historic, so fucking historic with the in-ring Raw debut of Ronda Rousey. And unlike other former UFC champions, Ronda Rousey is happy to be there, ready to work. Out comes Roman Reigns. Literally throughout this whole thing, Kurt Angle is throwing shade at Brock Lesnar. Just throwing shade at him for what happened last week. And the fact that Brock Lesnar is considered by Raw management the worst champion in Raw history. In the history of the Universal title, Brock Lesnar is the worst champion, even though he's been the longest reigning champion now, right? Roman comes out and he talks about how he respects Kurt Angle, but, you know, things happen. He warned everybody that by escorting Roman Reigns last week, like they literally escorted Roman out of the building in Miami, there was nobody to protect the yard. Nobody to protect the yard. And he's begging Kurt Angle, please do not suspend Brock Lesnar. Do not suspend him. Kurt Angle goes on to say that he will not suspend him. In fact, he hopes that at SummerSlam, the big dog kicks Brock's ass. Baron Corbin gets all upset because, again, Kurt Angle being biased, right? He's being fucking biased. Of course he is. Everyone in the company being biased towards Roman. Let's be real about it, right? But at the same time, you know, it's tough for me, I think for a lot of people to get invested in this match. When the build-up, and I know Salrex says on his podcast this weekend, that Brock Lesnar has been put out to be like he doesn't give a shit. He's the worst champion in company history. He obviously doesn't watch the show. So what's the big, what's the big impact in Roman beating up Brock? Beating Brock for the championship. You know Brock is on his way out, right? You know Brock is on his way out. He's going to UFC, trying to fight Daniel Cormier. He might be coming back to WWE. Who the fuck knows? Because again, we don't know how Brock's MMA career is going to be. For all we know, it could be shit. For all we know, Daniel Cormier might knock the living fuck out of Brock Lesnar. So Brock might be coming back. Who the fuck knows? Right? But literally Baron Corbin just instigating here, poking fun at Roman, talking about how, Roman, didn't get the job done. He referenced Finn Balor, how he beat small Finn Balor. And he reminds Kurt that Stephanie's the commissioner. All Kurt Angle does is make the matches. So Kurt Angle made a match. Impromptu match, motherflowers. Roman Reigns versus Constable Baron Corbin. A match that literally, didn't go long for what it was there. At the end of the whole thing, out came Finn Balor because Baron Corbin was leaving the ring. And Finn Balor goes in and he makes Baron go back into the ring. As he's doing it, Roman on the outside does a Superman punch, throws him back in the ring, hit the spear for the 1, 2, 3. Roman wins. Roman Reigns got the win. Of course he was going to win. Of course. Of course this fucker was going to win. Then Finn Balor gets back into the ring. Here's a coup de grace on Baron Corbin. We find out at SummerSlam. Guess what? Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin again. The same match you've seen numerous times on Monday Night Raw. The same match you saw at Extreme Rules. Guess what? They're going to do it again at SummerSlam. And I'll be honest here. A part of me hopes, there's that small part of me that hopes and prays that it's on the kickoff show. Because that's where this match needs to be, the fucking kickoff show. This match has no business being on the main card. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it right now. Unless this fucker Finn Balor turns fucking Demon King again. But other than that, I just don't see it happening. I just don't fucking see it happening. We see backstage apparently Rollins trying to talk to Kurt Angle about his issue with McIntyre getting involved every time with Dolph Ziggler. And he tells him that he wants Rollins to pick a partner. Pick a partner so that tonight it can be Rollins and a partner of his choice versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. And apparently it looked like Tyler Breeze was trying to offer himself, but Roman Reigns, because it was Roman Reigns, right, made himself Rollins' partner. So again, we saw Roman again on this show. Again, there's literally a lot of Roman heavy on the show, like I said, where everyone else took like a back seat when you think about it. From there, we get Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley. Y'all know what happened last week, right? Mojo Rawley and Bobby Roode had a confrontation backstage in the locker room area with the rest of the main event, with the rest of the main event squad for the main event roster, right? And what do you know? The match for what it was there. I didn't really give a shit about it, to be honest. But Bobby Roode won with the glorious DDT. Now what? Where do they go from here? I would not be surprised if next week there's a rematch. Mind you, on the go-home show to SummerSlam. What is Bobby Roode going to do at SummerSlam? I have no fucking clue. And it's quite obvious that, yo, you got to turn this guy heel. This guy needs to be a fucking heel ASAP. The babyface run, I get it. They try to make it work. But it's about to be a fucking year. And in a year, it really has gone nowhere. Yes, he won the U.S. title. But what does that even say? What does that even fucking say? It says nothing. It just shows me that, yo, they wasted a year of Bobby Roode from bringing him in from NXT. Where he was one of the top heels in NXT. You bring him to the main roster, the whole glorious thing. I just think it's ran its course. I just think it honestly did. And again, I would not be surprised if next week we see Mojo Rawley and Bobby Roode at it again. And it's probably 50-50 booking. Because that's WWE for you. We had Elias playing his guitar in order around the production crew for his next documentary. Now, I did see the documentary literally on Sunday. I saw a documentary on Elias. And I gotta say overall, to me, it felt like a giant troll documentary. I get it. They were trying to make this whole thing seem like his album. He's touring the, all the country leading up to WrestleMania for his big performance and shit like that. Yeah, Michael Cole sucking the dick of fucking Elias throughout this documentary. And again, I thought for what it was entertaining. But at the same time, again, it's a giant fucking troll documentary. It really, really is. And he's trying to sing a song, have the camera crew roll around and shit, circle around him. Bobby Lashley gets involved, says that his album is a joke, his documentary is a joke, he's a joke. There's a moment where Elias goes to attack and gets countered by a spear, and then I guess Lashley demanded that the documentary crew to come back into the ring and film something for the documentary, it looks like, right? Where Bobby Lashley hits a brainbuster on Elias. And again, I want to know, will this be a match at SummerSlam? Because I feel like, again, WWE's logic here. Let's build matches literally the week before SummerSlam. Because, again, next week is the fucking go-home show. Just a reminder. At the same time, think about it, right? Bobby Lashley goes to Extreme Rules, beats Roman Reigns. Essentially, he should be the one challenging Brock. But you have him face Roman again a couple weeks ago on Raw. Loses to Roman Reigns. Right now, it's a tie. there should be a third match. There should be. Whether you think about it or not, there should be a fucking third match right now. Right? But instead, you're relegating Lashley, even though Lashley really hasn't really created that much of a buzz since coming to the WWE, with Elias, who I think deserves even much better. You know, people were saying on Twitter, hey, they should put a belt on Elias, and I agree. They should give him the Intercontinental Championship right now. That's my honest opinion, motherflowers. My fucking honest opinion. We had Razor versus Titus O'Neil, because last week we had Akam and Apollo Crews. And last week, Akam lost. So, of course, here tonight, last night, they did a 50-50 fucking booking where Razor pinned Titus O'Neil. And who cared? And you know what? Don't be surprised. This is going to lead to a tag team match on the kickoff show to SummerSlam. And you know what? Because from what I'm hearing, SummerSlam might be 7 hours, right? Because what the fuck they love to do with their big pay-per-views, right? 7 fucking hours. Don't be surprised if this match takes place in an empty Barclays Center while people are just filing in. The same thing that happened, last year with Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy and Jason Jordan versus the Miztourage. Remember that shit, right? Where Miz complained backstage because how dare they have him wrestle in an almost empty Barclays Center. Don't be surprised this happens. And this is AOP. AOP comes in from NXT with a dominant momentum, right? They were undefeated for a long time at NXT, won the tag team championships, right? The tag team title of NXT, right? And they come to the main roster and they take away Paul Ellering, who was their mouthpiece. Because let's be real about it, Akam and Razor can't really speak for shit. I'm sorry. They can't cut a promo to save their fucking lives. Just keep it 100, motherflowers. Just keep it 100. And here you go. Instead of showing how dominant these guys are, you have them do a 50-50 booking bullshit with Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Or Apollo, what the fuck you want to call him. Why should I care now? Why should I give a shit? I don't. I honestly don't. But I guarantee there'll be positive fans out there that, again, don't do YouTube videos. They're not a podcaster. All they do is comment. That's what they're good for. Just commenting on videos, commenting on tweets, right? Oh, Steve, you should be positive. Steve, you gotta be optimistic about it. You gotta think positive. Positive about what? The fact that SummerSlam, again, WWE has failed to get you excited for SummerSlam? I'm sorry. There's nothing to be positive for this shit. There's no reason to be positive about this bullshit. I'm sorry. It is what it is, motherflowers. We get Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh as a guest on the Kevin Owens show. Owens said that Mahal's method helped him achieve inner peace and freedom from the physical pain of his Extreme Rules injury. Yeah, remember Extreme Rules? Kevin Owens was tossed from the top of the cage by Braun Strowman, right? He goes on to mention how they both have wins over Braun Strowman. They both have wins, right? And it's one of those things where he also said that, he should be, again, how Kevin Owens should be Mr. Money in the Bank. Owen pitched Jinder Mahal versus Braun Strowman again. And literally, he called Strowman a coward when he didn't immediately come out for the match. And then you start seeing the floor, the stage, because apparently the Kevin Owens show was near the entrance area on the side, which I honestly thought was a good idea. I thought it was great. The fact that it's not in the ring, it's near the entrance area, had like that old school vibe. I get that. I thought it was cool. But other than that, I thought this segment was very corny. I feel like, again, you're wasting Kevin Owens' talents here by putting him in this stupid, ridiculous segment with Jinder fucking my balls. I'm sorry. It is what it is. A part of me hopes, I really, really do, I hope that Kevin beats Braun Strowman at SummerSlam. Whether it's by disqualification or some shit like that. But it's not going to happen. I just know it's not going to happen. Because, again, it's the monster, right? They got to push that fucking monster. But Braun Strowman is underneath the stage and flips over the whole set. And they try to make it seem like, yo, this guy is so fucking strong. Oh, my God. He was able to lift up a giant stage. Mind you, this is the same Braun Strowman who weeks ago, fucking pull the porta potty from the parking lot area all the way into the arena just so he could fucking tackle it. The same Braun Strowman who fucking allegedly flipped over a fucking ambulance. Remember that months ago with Roman Reigns? But this is a big fucking deal. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I'll be real about it. I just don't see what Braun Strowman. I don't see what people see. When I look at Braun Strowman, I feel like, whatever. You see it, it's there, it's gone, whatever. Move along, motherflowers. Just move along. From there, we get, what do you know? Jinder Mahal versus Braun Strowman. And guess what happened? Jinder Mahal beats Braun Strowman via disqualification. Kevin Owens tried to steal the briefcase multiple times. And the monster among men, because of that, was DQ'd. And he hit Mahal in the gut with the briefcase. And then, after all this shit, right? After all this shit, we get a video package. A fucking video package that literally has kept the WWE Universe in captive. Literally. They showed a video package of literally 3 years in the making between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. From their match at WrestleMania 31, from their match at WrestleMania 34, and from the match at the Greatest Royal Rumble. There's a video package showing you how Roman has come close, right? He's come so close, but yet so far, right? How at WrestleMania 31, it was supposed to be Brock and Roman, but obviously Rollins got involved and he cashed in the briefcase, right? WrestleMania 34, he faced Brock and Brock was the better man. And at the Greatest Royal Rumble in that cage match in Saudi Arabia, Brock, got lucky. So he says, and there is a whole misjustice what had. There's controversy. Who left the cage first, left the ring first, and shit like that. Here's the thing about it, okay? Also, they did like an interview with Roman Reigns, with Corey Graves, and he talked about how Roman feels that Brock is being disrespectful to the business, his family, business, that how his family was there in the beginning, many, many years ago, and everyone that came before them, how he is, again, a bad representation of being a champion. Right? And how Roman gives a fuck about the business, how he cares for the WWE Universe and the championship and the respect and all that. And anything about it, okay? I get the message, okay? I get it. Brock doesn't give a fuck. I said this early in this review. Brock doesn't give a shit. He never did. He never will, right? The faster you get the belt off Brock, the better off you'll be. But the problem is, WWE is choosing the wrong savior as the savior of the company, if you will. Or in this case, the fucking Universal title. People don't want it to be Roman. And I can understand. Don't get me the fuck wrong. I can totally understand it. Okay? Because I've said this before and I'll say it again. I feel like WWE has really, really done wrong with Roman Reigns here. They missed a big opportunity making Roman Reigns bitter Roman, and they dropped the ball with that, coming out of the Greatest Royal Rumble. That's how I feel about it, to be honest. But other than that, the match is going to happen. People at Barclays are going to boo the fuck out of it. It's going to probably close the show. But, again, they've done it to themselves, and you know what? At this point in juncture, if you want Roman to win the belt, it better happen now. It needs to fucking happen. Get it over with now, or if not, move on. Move the fuck on, even though it should have happened months ago. Or years ago, if you will. Baron Corbin says Stephanie McMahon ordered Reigns to forego tagging with Rollins, or he could lose the match at SummerSlam. And then Rollins opted to compete in a handicap match, and all this happened backstage, and Roman punches Baron Corbin in the gut again. We get the handicap match. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Rollins tried to hold his own throughout this match, but to no avail. When it was all said and done, I'm telling you right now, motherfuckers, all said and done, freaking Dolph Ziggler pinned Rollins with the super kick. Now, I've been saying this for a while. I know a lot of people have been saying it. I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of podcasters out there have been saying it too. Even people on social media. Even you motherflowers. Drew McIntyre should be added to this match at SummerSlam. You want me to care for this match? Here's the thing about it, okay? They've had numerous. I'm talking about Rollins and Ziggler, okay? They've had numerous matches before on Monday Night Raw. They've had a 30-minute Iron Man match, Extreme Rules. What else can they do? A one-on-one match at SummerSlam isn't going to cut it. I'm sorry. Yes, they're talented. They're great. They can go out. They can steal the show. No pun intended. But what else? What else is there for them to do? What else is there for me to care for? Unless it's a stipulation, like a ladder match. Or if no, you know what? Add in Drew McIntyre. And you know what? Give the belt to McIntyre. Give him the fucking belt. Why the fuck not? Imagine McIntyre walking out of SummerSlam as the new Intercontinental Champion. Because be real about it. Does Dolph Ziggler need the Intercontinental title right now? Absolutely not. I just feel like it's something that he's just holding on to until WWE can come up with a long-term plan for the Intercontinental Championship. Rollins, let's be real about it, as talented as he is, does not even need the belt either. Rollins, when you think about it, should be in the Universal title scene right now. People were saying at SummerSlam, hey, it should be Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. You can say that, but at the same time, it's like, hey, WWE made up their fucking mind. We want Roman, pal. We want Roman. We get the fucking B team in the Revival. The B team came out to a new fucking theme song that was so corny as all hell. Imagine if the Spirit Squad theme song connected with a high school band theme. That's literally what you had here. B team. And it's like, I hate the theme. I just hate it. It's so corny. It's so cringeworthy. It's ridiculous. They went up against the Revival. Ended in no contest. For whatever reason. It made no fucking sense. The leaders of the world in this match, they teleported to the ring apron and beat up Dash Wilder and Bo Dallas, replacing their tag partners, possibly sacrificing them into the gods of Lucha Underground. Can you imagine that they fucking sacrificed them to the fucking god Lucha Underground? So that being said, we find out that next week on the Go Home show to SummerSlam, Motherflowers, it's gonna be the B team versus the leader of worlds versus the Revival in a triple threat for the Raw Tag Team titles. Why are we giving this away on the Go Home show? I understand that the ratings have been shit. I understand that you want people to watch the Go Home show and be excited for SummerSlam, but this is something you put on the pay-per-view, or if not on the kickoff show. Again, SummerSlam is 7 hours long. If you want to count the kickoff and the pre-show, you got to fill that shit up. Why are we giving these matches away on the fucking Go Home show? Makes zero sense to me. Makes zero fucking sense. It's fucking stupid. Again, the people in creative for Monday Night Raw do not know what the fuck they're doing. It's quite obvious, Motherflowers. It's quite fucking obvious. By the way, SummerSlam is literally in 2 weeks. Next week's the Go Home show, by the way, in case you guys forgotten. We had a Renee Young interview with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman here was all emotional. He was crying his eyes. It looked like he smoked massive amounts of marijuana here. Eyes were all red. His facial hair was growing in a little bit as well. Talking about how Brock he's still his friend, even though Brock turned off his phone. He couldn't reach out to Brock Lesnar, and how he never thought that this would happen. Never thought so. The idea was, hey, Brock would go out with, on one shoulder, the Universal title from the WWE, and the other shoulder, the UFC Heavyweight Championship. That's how they envisioned this shit going down. Not like this, especially Paul Heyman for that matter, right? But when asked if who does Paul Heyman think will win a SummerSlam, right, between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, he pretty much said that with this new Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns stands no fucking chance. And here's the thing about it, okay? Again, they want you to feel some type of sympathy for Roman Reigns. Yes, there were fans last night that were cheering for Roman Reigns. There were. Don't get me the fuck wrong. I'm pretty sure they were paid or not. I'm not even fucking sure, but you kind of get the idea. Point of the matter is right now, okay? It's a match that I keep on saying, and I'm going to say it again. Nobody wants to see. People are going to boo the fuck out of it. If you really, here's the thing about it too. If you want Roman to win all that, it has to be in a squash. They can't have another competitive match because they've done that. They've been down that route before. It needs to be a squash match. It needs to be a match where it ends in like 2 minutes or so. That's how this match should go down. If you really want to show Roman at the big dog, at his yard now, right? Let him slay the beast. Even though Brock is on his way out, right? Brock essentially is on his way out. So why the fuck not? That's all I'm saying right now. We then get the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan versus the Boston Hug Connection. You know, they didn't mention a tag team division or a tag team title being announced, but it looks like they're seeing the planting of the seeds here. Really like we are here, right? A match that was there. You know, we've seen this shit so many times already. Let's be real about it. We've seen this shit again. Like, you count on your finger how many times you've seen this shit, right? And a match that was just there, to be honest. And what do you know? Ruby Riott makes her return. Ruby fucking Riott makes her return. I'm happy to see Ruby Riott back. I think Ruby Riott is one of the top talents in the Raw Women's division, along with the likes of a Sasha Banks, a Bayley, and a Mickie James, if you will. So it's good to see Sasha Banks back. Even Natalya. I didn't mention Natalya, but she's also up in there as well. But Ruby Riott, it's happy to see her back. This caused a distraction, and Sarah Logan rolled up Sasha Banks for the 1, 2, 3. So the Riot Squad, they're back after losing every single week. Their leader is back, and now they're back to their winning ways. My only question is, this is obvious the question I'm going to ask. When, and I mean when are we going to have either Sasha or Bayley turn on one another to plant the match for SummerSlam? Because you know they're going to go that route. I'm just amazed they didn't do the heel turn last night. Because again, you're going to wait till the go-home show for that to happen. Are you serious with that right now, Motherflower? Are they serious with that shit right now? We're going to wait till the go-home show. Who to say, or better yet, what if they don't? What if they fucking don't? You need to tell me we're going to wait to Evolution to see this match. How stupid would that be? You're literally, again, let's assume for a minute that they don't go through with the match at SummerSlam, okay? Mind you, it will be in the same building where the first match took place, back at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1. 3 years later, makes a whole lot of sense. But for whatever reason, WWE decided not to do the heel turn this week. Maybe we'll see it next week, but damn, they really will be pushing it if you ask me. But with the Riot Squad, where do they go? I don't even know either. I feel like a lot of women there just, with the exception of Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss, the rest of the Raw Women's division just feels lost. It just feels fucking lost, which is a shame when you think about it. We then get the main event. That's right, the fucking main event. Ronda Rousey and fucking Alicia Fox. Again, if you would have told me that Alicia Fox would main event Monday Night Raw, I would have not believed you. I would have laughed at you. I would have told you that was probably the most stupidest statement you've ever probably said. But guess what? It happened. I get it. It's in Jacksonville. With even funny, right? Alicia Fox comes out. It's in the Raw main event. The first time she's ever been in a Raw main event. She doesn't come out to her music. She comes out to Alexa Bliss's theme song. A fucking Alexa Bliss theme song. Ronda comes out with Natalya. Right? Keep this in mind, though. They made this the last thing on the show, but fuck. They prolonged this shit. They fucking prolonged the shit out of this. The match didn't even start till like 11:04 p.m. Raw ended at 11:05. Right? So they had Charlie Caruso in the ring, and they had an interview Alexa Bliss and Alicia Fox. Apparently, Alicia Fox, like, oh, you know, Ronda Rousey's a UFC Hall of Famer, multiple former UFC Women's Champion, but that's nothing compared to Alicia Fox. She was the captain of Team Raw Survivor Series. Who the fuck even remembers that? Seriously. I'm surprised that Alicia Fox is still employed with WWE. I'm surprised she's not doing autograph signing at these wrestling conventions right now. Because let's be real about it. You know? Who the fuck's Alicia Fox? I'm sorry. Let's keep it 100. And you know what? It's going to be those people on Twitter, the people in comment threads saying, oh, Alicia Fox is a good wrestler. She's talented, Steve. I don't give a fuck. What has she done? She's done nothing. She's done zitch. Like, again, I'm surprised she's still employed. I'm really am. So the match literally starts at 11:04 p.m. 11:04 p.m. And here's the thing about it, okay? I said this early in the review. WWE had one job. They had one job with Ronda Rousey. Let her have a Raw debut match and let the shit end in like 30 seconds. That's what it should have been. Again, Ronda Rousey being labeled as the baddest woman on the planet. The baddest woman on the fucking planet. Now, when you're titled that name, the baddest person on the planet, whether you're male or female, you're supposed to put the fear of God into your opponent. I remember Mike Tyson back in the day, who a lot of people were labeling the baddest man on the planet back in the early mid-80s into the 90s, right? Granted, the Mike Tyson that was being trained by Costamato back in the day, right? What, beat motherfuckers in one round, 90 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. The fucker beat Michael Spinks in like 90 seconds in 1980, and I believe in 1987, 1985, or 1989, one or the other, right? He beat Michael Spinks in like 90 seconds to unify the heavyweight championships, right? All heavyweight titles and shit. That's someone that looks like a baddest man on the planet. Ronda Rousey here, you know how long the match lasted? I even timed it. 3 minutes and 44 seconds. And yes, Ronda was dominant. Ronda was a little stiff. It's fine and dandy. But you know what? The match should have been 30 seconds. You need to showcase Ronda like old school Ronda. The same Ronda that fought the likes of a Sarah McMahon, a Alexis Davis, a Betcha Hare. I get it. A lot of you wrestling fans do not know who the fuck these bitches are. I understand that. But these are women that Ronda beat in less than a minute. In her time in the UFC when she was the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion. That's the Ronda they need to showcase here on WWE television. I get it. People would have shit all over it. People would have shit all over it. But that's the way you showcase Ronda. At SummerSlam, she needs to beat Alexa Bliss in under a minute. Because I do not want to see a long Ronda match. There were moments where Ronda did look sloppy, I will say that. But other than that, Ronda went with an armbar. With a fucking armbar. And that's how we're going to SummerSlam. Again, Ronda Rousey needs to beat Alexa Bliss under a minute to become the new women's champion. And you know what? There's people right now that are cheering Ronda Rousey. They're in support of Ronda, pro Ronda, if you will. And to those people, I'm going to say this right now. Enjoy it now. Cheer for her now. Because I guarantee you, you're going to hate her after SummerSlam. The moment she wins that belt, the moment she makes Alexa Bliss tap out, I guarantee you there will be boos in the fucking Barclays Center. Don't tell me you won't, because you know you fucking will. A lot of you are fucking schleps. A lot of you are fucking schleps. You will boo. You're going to shit on it. You're going to go on social media and Twitter and say how they buried Alexa Bliss. How Alexa Bliss has been ruined by Ronda Rousey. The same people that are going to complain about Roman Reigns heading into SummerSlam. Again, mind you, may I remind you guys that next week is the go-home show, and the main roster is struggling to get people invested into SummerSlam. Again, my heart goes out to everyone that actually purchased a ticket to SummerSlam. Who the fuck though? Maybe I'll end up going to SummerSlam this whole time. I might end up going to SummerSlam. I'm not even sure yet. I do know that I'm going to take over Brooklyn. I know that. The Saturday before SummerSlam. So if you are going to be in Brooklyn, New York for TakeOver Brooklyn 4, let me know in the comment threads. If you see me at the Barclays Center, around the Barclays Center, what have you, smoking a blunt, feel free to say hi, say what up, Mother Flower, some shit like that. All right? That's all I'm going to say here, guys. Mother Flower, this has been the Raw review for April the 6th, 2018. I know it's a day late, but it is what it is. We almost went over 40 minutes. Holy crap. This is crazy. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Make sure, motherflowers, you like all my videos. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. By the way, before I wrap up as well, I am doing a Q&A. This coming Sunday. So down below in the description box, there's a link to the video where I announced the Q&A. In that video, submit your question, 3 questions per person. I look forward to seeing what you fuckers send. All right, that's all I'm going to say here, guys. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's wrestling and whatever, motherflowers. It's wrestling and whatever. Like I said, WWE, you had one job, and you fucked it all up. Nice going. May I remind you guys, SummerSlam, the go-home show, is next week. I wonder what the fuck they're going to do next week. Oh, boy.